What's up, guys? This is Corey. Welcome to the show for the ones ready to break free from the lies, propaganda, and deception and embrace the extraordinary journey of choosing faith over fear. What is up? So, this is the second episode of the solo journey of me and you. So, gosh, what was the first episode? Doing the hard things, right? That's what we talked about the first time. Sorry, I am looking it up right now of what I was talking about before. It's not going to be the same, but um, it's going to be different. Of course, I can't find it, but anyway. Um, so today I'm going to talk about something else that's also been talked about. That's right. It was about doing hard things. Do the hard things is what it was, and that's what it was about. Do hard things. This kind of fails from that, and it's also something that other people talk about, but I'm going to talk about it because it's a part of my life, and that's what we're doing here. Um, this is about accountability. Um, the other day, my homeboy called me in the middle of the night. It was 9:15. Actually, no, it was 10. And I just happened to answer the phone because I wasn't fully asleep yet. And he's like, "What's up?" And I was like, "Bro." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "I am in bed." And he's in Vegas, so it's only 9 o'clock. He's like laughing at me. But he tells me that he loves the stuff I'm putting out, and he feels that I need to be a little bit more raw, um, a little bit more. I mean, I am being genuine and real, but there is a little filter there because some people don't like the language, and not everyone loves the intensity, including my wife, because I am pretty intense, and when I believe in something, you can't get me off it. So but I told him that I was going to wake up the next morning and I was going to film in the gym. And I was going to be me. And first thing that came to mind when I got to the gym was no one was coming. It's a sound bite on Instagram where you can play it over a track or anything, but it rings true because no one is coming. No one's coming to help you do anything. No one's coming to cook food for you. No one's coming to cook healthy food for you. No one's going shopping for you. No one's going to go to work for you. No one's going to pump your gas for you. No one's going to eat for you. No one's going to do anything for you. No one's going to go to work for you. What the fuck? I don't understand how we got to a place where people are so reliant on excuses that they have no idea what accountability means, what integrity means. Integrity to me is a big one. I adopted that when I was in the military as one of my core values. And simply it means is do the right thing when no one is looking. Doing the right thing starts with taking care of yourself. And I make it a point every single day to take care of myself. It's not selfish. It's not stingy. It's not egotistical. It's not narcissistic. If I don't take care of myself right now, and I'm 38 years old, in 20 years, if I don't take care of myself right now, I will be almost 60 and I will be living a hard fucking life. Real hard. In 20 years, my youngest child will be 25. My oldest child will be my age in 20 years. I want to have as many good years with them doing things, fun things, challenging things, physical things, mental things. But I can't do that if I don't take care of myself. And the only way I can take care of myself is if every day I have some fucking integrity, and I hold myself accountable, and I do the goddamn things that will get me to the point when I'm 60 years old that I could still play basketball with my 25-year-old son and all the grandkids that I hope that all three of my kids will have. That is that is why I do the things I do. And it's absolutely bonkers shit that people can't do the simplest things. I saw a video about a girl crying because I don't know if it was a work thing or a school thing. I can't quite remember the context, but she was crying. She had enough narcissism, is the only word you could say, to put this out on social media thinking that other people were going to feel bad for her because the people she was interviewing with, again, I don't remember if it was school or work, she asked them about lateism. For what if people who can't be on time, and the only reason they can't be on time is because they don't want to be on time. That's a time management issue. That's not a mental or physical condition. That's a just don't give a fuck condition. And she had enough, she was entitled enough to put that message on social media. And that's the world we're living in. We're living in a world where a 40 something year old soccer player who's never going to have to play against other biological men is championing men playing in women's sports. There's no accountability anymore. We have politicians that are putting down bullshit legislation and, quite frankly, treasoning, treason, committing treason, and no one's being held accountable. We live in a world where no one is being held accountable, and it's disgusting. It's 100% disgusting, and that's the only word for it that I could feel like I could say on a public forum. Um, but accountability begins with yourself. You can't expect other people to hold themselves accountable if you are not holding yourself accountable. Every single day I wake up, I don't want to go to the gym. Not that I don't want to, I just don't want to go as soon as I wake up. But I like going to the gym and it fits in my schedule in the morning. Not only that, but it's just, it helps me throughout my day. Right? And I know that. But I have PTSD. I have sleeping issues. So I don't sleep very well. Um, and then, if you take things to go to sleep, then you wake up and you're fucking hungover from whatever it is that you took to go to sleep. So don't take those things because I'd rather be groggy, like fuck, I don't want to wake up because I didn't sleep well, than fuck, I don't want to wake up because I can't because I took something. But every day, every single day, I wake up and I lay in bed for 15 minutes after my alarm goes off, and I'm like, don't be a bitch, don't be a bitch, don't be a bitch, don't be a bitch. I want to go back to sleep, but I don't let myself because the whole time I'm just laying because it takes me a second to wake up, right? Because I haven't slept well. So don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch. Get the fuck up and go to the gym. If you wait to go to the gym, then half the fucking day is gone. You're home at 10 or 11 because you waited to go to the fucking gym. Now everything's pushed. Now you got to fucking rush to do everything. That's my train of thought and at 5:30 in the morning. So I get the fuck up and I go to the gym. After I go to the gym, I feel fantastic. Then I fucking get my breakfast made. Then I get Bodie's breakfast made. Then I get Bodie dressed. Then I go out and I help the girls with the horses and do all that shit. Then do my chores and help them do with their chores. And then we live the day. We live the day. And even this podcast was a bit this specific one, even the first one I shot like 20 fucking times and nothing was good enough until I laid it down and it was like that was good enough. Not that it was perfect, and I feel like I will get it. but I have to do it, right? It's just one of those things. It's a muscle memory. I like to work out. This is a workout. Um, it's not my forte. One, because I'm sitting here talking to myself, and two, I don't like the way I sound. I don't listen. I don't like the feedback. And three, I'm like, well, people like it, but who gives a fuck at that point, right? Like I'm doing this for me. So we had a lot of shit to do today, and I last night I wrote notes over the weekend. The girls were at the barrel race. We're at a 3 day, so I wrote notes to do this. And I also wrote notes last night, and I put a date on it. So if I put a date on it, I have to do it that day because that's the way my mind works, and it will sit in the back of my mind all fucking day if I don't do it. So I'm getting it done, and this is, hopefully it's fruitful. Another thing is, or the brand Faith Over Fear has been something that we, came up with in 2020 around the time that we moved. Actually, 2021. And late 2021 is when we bought, we had this mass order of shirts. And the idea was that we were going to go to barrel races and set up tables and stuff like that. So that didn't happen until just this last weekend because of all the excuses. And we went and we sold a shit ton of shirts. We like, and it's not just about the shirts. It's about the message, right? That's what we're selling. We're selling the brand, and we're selling the message, and we're selling the lifestyle. We're doing that through apparel, right? Because it's one of the easiest mediums to go through. Um, People loved it. I just sold my car the other yesterday, 2 days ago, and the people came, and I had my OG Faith Over Fear shirt on, and the guy had the Lions Not Sheep, One Nation Under God shirt on, and the wife was like, "That's like the same message." It's like you got to have faith over fear, and it's one nation under God. And I was like, yeah. I was like, to be fair, he kind of inspired me, and I told her the long story. It started as this and started as that. Faith over fear was like a placeholder, and I was trying to get this name to mean a whole bunch of things and do that, and faith over fear was just a placeholder until one day I was like, I don't know if we'll ever find anything better. I think that's it. I think that's it. Let's put it on a t-shirt. Let's make it permanent. And we did that late 2021. And those fucking shirts have been sitting in the bin across from me for almost 2 years. And this opportunity came up to have this table at this 3 day race where we were there for 3 days. Um, Again, sold a bunch of apparel, made a lot of, contacts, and, people wanting to partner up with us to help spread this message. And it took us so long to do that because we were just making excuses until we pulled the trigger. And like, dude, we got to have the integrity because we try to spread the message through our social medias and things like that. But, we say, do the hard things and all that stuff. And for that one thing, we weren't doing. So now we did it. And now, like I said, the people came and bought my car the other day. They're wearing, he's wearing the Lions Not Sheep shirt, and I'm wearing my OG Faith Over Fear shirt. And I was like, he's like, "Do you have shirts?" I was like, "Yeah, I have shirts in the house right now." So I sold the people I sold my car to. I sold them 2 shirts. On top of all the shirts that we sold over the weekend. So and that was like a message, like so many things happened just this past weekend that changed the perspective of how me and my wife are approaching things right now. And this is a priority. So, it life in general is fucking unpredictable. It's a journey, right? And like people are trying to find the meaning of life and things like that, and finding their way and finding their place and all that shit. But like they're constantly making excuses of why they can't do this, why can't they do that. Life is filled with obstacles and tests. You know, Tests are metal. And rather than succumbing to despair, we have to face the challenges head on. And the only way you can do that is by having some fucking accountability. You know, that kind of ethos reminds us that resilience and tenacity are the bedrocks of progress. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and forge towards our goals. And our goals are spreading this message of faith over faith over fear. And you can't do that by making excuses for yourself. Not at all. You know, no one, like I said in the beginning, no one is coming to tell you to do these things. No one. And then we have people on like people glorify other people being responsible for their actions. You know, um, the big thing, and I have a personal experience in this, is like therapy. Psychologists, they want to blame everything on past trauma. That way, you don't have to be responsible for your bullshit attitude. If you have a shitty fucking personality, you're a shitty person. If you blame it on your trauma, you're a fucking asshole. Period. That's it. Like, yeah, you can have a bad fucking day. Everyone has a bad day. I have bad days, not all the time, but I have bad days. And like when I'm an asshole, my wife called me a fucking asshole. She's like, "Why are you being an asshole?" And it kind of makes her mad that I'm like, I don't know. I don't have a reason. I'm just being an asshole. I'm sorry. I'll change it right now. And I'll change it right then and there. When I get called out, I'll change it right then and right there. I don't make excuses for anything that I do. Like I break shit all the time. She's like, "Why do you break shit?" I don't fucking know. It just I am extremely intense and rough with everything. And that's just who I am as an individual. I we could try to be softer, but then that's not me being me. I'm just come here. That's just what I do. And w- and I own it every single time something happens. Like, yep, that was me. I'm sorry. No, we'll fix that. I will do better tomorrow. Starting right now, I will do better. Like when you break shit, when something happens at work or something, you know, everyone's like, well, blah 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 blah. This happened, and like, it doesn't fucking matter why any of that happened. Every excuse, no matter how well intentioned it is fucking bullshit. Every single excuse that you could think of for any reason that you've done something wrong or something didn't go your way or you were late to work or that assignment didn't happen on, everything is an excuse, right? Like, fuck, dude, like the biggest excuse, it's not an excuse. It's something that happens all the time. It's like a family member passed away. Okay. Like people, I say it with sincerity, like people die all the time. Like, and then people get caught up in that and it's like, oh, relative died and, I had to take, 4 days to process that. So okay, well, we had a deadline like 2 days ago. So is your work done? And they're like, no, making all excuses, trying to get the other person to feel sorry for him. That's fucking, and maybe it's because I lack emotion or whatever it is, and but I don't feel like that's an acceptable reason for not getting the work done. That's just it, plain and simple. Yeah, I don't believe that it is. And uh, on this, I wrote these notes the other day, and one of these notes was, you know, uh, the thing that we got told in 2020 was a silent majority, and I'm going to make it a little bit political now, not in the sense of, arguing politics. I'm talking in the sense of the silent majority was a psyop to get people to not do the thing. Because and it wasn't even, the conservatives that even coined that term. It was actually the liberal media that coined that term, the silent majority, and they just kept pushing it, and then the right adopted it because it was a beautiful ploy. It was a really really good ploy, and the concept is there is this group of people who are secretly super uber conservative and they're going to fix everything. You don't have to vote because they're all going to vote. You don't have to worry about legislation because they're going to do it. You don't have to worry because someone's coming to save you. No one's coming to save you. There is no silent majority. The majority of people, 80 fucking percent, agree on most things. There's two things that they don't agree upon. That's religion, that's abortion. That's like one of the two things that we cannot agree on with either side. And but they make it seem like there's this big rift between everyone, but there's someone gonna come and save you. It was brilliant. It was so brilliant that it worked. You know, and we take all of our advice from celebrities. There is a great um soundbite out there. I can't remember. Liv Taylor. Taylor. I don't remember who it is. It's the chick from Armageddon. I know I'm going way back, but it's the daughter, right? It's Bruce Willis's daughter. It's that chick, Liv Tyler. I think it's not. I don't even think it's that girl. Nope, it's not that girl. Ah, damn. Anyway, so he's on Ellen, who's a uber terrible person. Um, she has him peel an orange, and she has him do this exercise. She's like, "You feel this thing going on?" And she's like, "Well, that's bullshit because I just made it up." It's like that's the people we're listening. And it was a joke. Everyone in the audience, it was a joke, but it was insight and how they know that we operate and how they know that you listen. These people don't give a fuck about you, me, anyone else that isn't doing what they're doing. They don't fucking care. No one cares. No one cares. Outside of your little tiny community, inside your tiny little home, no one fucking cares. No one cares about the shit that you do. No one cares about the people that you talk to. No one cares about the people you vote for. No one fucking cares at all. If you look at the cycles of when they're pumping out this propaganda, it's only when they're trying to facilitate a narrative. That's the only time they pump out this garbage, right? When they're facilitating a narrative. And people just fucking hook, line, and sinker every single time. They have no accountability, question anything. They have no integrity, none. And we've gotten to this point because like we've been told, for the last 20 fucking years, don't question, don't question, no question. I'm sorry. No, I'm in a question being told not to be questioned. Don't ask questions. Like there are stupid questions. 100 and 100 million%. There's stupid questions. But when someone says, don't question this, the first thing I'm going to do is ask why, right? Because I have to be accountable to myself because if shit goes wrong, I have to be accountable for that shit. Like what we're seeing right now. I chose not to get, the shot. I chose not to do that. And the family chose not to do that. And had we did, had we done that, we would be accountable for things that people are experiencing. No one else was going to be accountable for it. Ice Cube interviewed with Michael Kirk Carlson, and he said he didn't do it because in the event he had a negative effect, negative side effect from it, he was the only one that's going to be accountable, and for himself and his family. No one else was going to be accountable for that shit. And he took the responsibility like a fucking grown adult, like a person with brain cells, and was like, hey, man, they're saying don't question it. So I have questions. Like, no, man. I feel we need to get back to national tribalism. And you could think of that however you want. But in the tribe, if you are not useful, you are useless. 100%. And if you are not part of my tribe, you don't fucking matter. I'm not going to take advice from somebody who's not my tribe unless I look it up. If you say something to me and it makes a little bit of sense, I'll follow through and I'll follow up. That's me being accountable to my future self. And people are far too often complacent in the fact that they're living in the right now. One of the biggest things, one of the biggest things, and it's a little biased because I'm a personal trainer, is your health. You are thieving years from your life, thieving them by living irresponsible today, by not having some personal accountability, by living like you don't give a fuck. You are stealing years from your life and the tribe around you's lives. If I just didn't give a fuck and I drank every single day and I got fat, I would not only be, stealing from my future self, I'd be stealing from my kids' future, from my wife's future, from their kids' future, from my kids' future, and any other person that I could touch their lives. I'd be stealing from them because I don't give a fuck now. And we need to get back to being accountable. Andy Frisella says it all the time. Personal excellence is the ultimate rebellion, and it fucking is. It is, especially in this climate right now. No one is responsible for anything anymore. You can go out and commit heinous crimes. There's a video surfacing of a guy trying to steal cigarettes from a store in California or wherever the fuck it is. It's in a liberal city. And the clerks are like, fuck no. And they beat the shit out of him with a stick. They whoop his ass. They literally whoop him on the butt with a stick. And he's crying. He's screaming. He's talking all tough until they get him on the ground and start whooping his ass. And they're under investigation for whooping his ass. He's not under investigation for attempting robbery, which, at some point he's pushing grand larceny because what's a pack of cigarettes cost? And he's filling up a trash can full. They're being held accountable for dealing with a piece of shit. And he was able to be a piece of shit because no one's held him accountable. So if we want to fix things in the world, start by having some personal accountability and be so fucking on it that it spills over to other people and they are accountable because they see you being accountable. That is how we fix things. That is how we make things amicable and being able to do the things we want to do because we're fucking accountable. If everyone around you is accountable, then there's no fucking problems. People know when people do shit stupid, they get called stupid. They either fix it or they don't, and they continue to get called stupid. And the tribe pushes them out, or they fucking fix it. And they fix it because they were held accountable. It's a fucking beautiful, vicious circle. When you hold people accountable, they either fix it or they get fucking pushed out. And that's what we need to start doing and get back to is if you don't fix the way you're acting, get the fuck out. All right. I think I'm done. I think I made my point. So I'm going to stop there. Thank you guys for listening. And I mean, whatever topics you want to hear or my personal opinions, wherever you're listening to, put it in the comments or hit me up on social media. It's Corey underscore Turner 85. No, I think I said that wrong. Hold on. Let me go to my Instagram handle and see what my actual name is. Yeah, Corey underscore Turner 85. Hit me up. Message me, whatever. Corey Turner on Facebook, Corey Turner 2003 on Twitter. I'm probably going to change that to the same Instagram handle. So, but yeah, man, thank you for listening, and I'll see you on the next one.